Hi Virtual Thrive! We are here today going to do your Thursday activity video with the yarn that we gave you guys yesterday. So make sure you guys have your yarn for this activity because we're going to be using a lot of it to make something called warm fuzzies. And today I've got Mr. Noah and Miss Abby here to help us with this activity. So what we're going to do is we're going to make something called warm fuzzies. And what you need to start with is your yarn and to pull out some of the string of your yarn. And you're going to take that and you're going to wrap it around your 4 fingers a bunch of times. You're going to wrap it and wrap it and wrap it and wrap it and keep wrapping. But make sure to not wrap it too tight because then you're going to have trouble getting it off of your fingers. So once you have wrapped it a bunch of times, take it off your fingers and make a circle like that. All right, and then we're going to cut that yarn. So you will need scissors for this activity, and make sure you guys ask an adult before you use the scissors because we don't want to hurt ourselves, and make sure that we're being safe with the scissors and the yarn. Everyone, it's Miss Perry. All right, so once you have your circle of yarn that you've taken off your fingers, we are going to take a piece of yarn. We're going to cut it. It needs to be about this long. We're going to cut it, and we're going to tie this piece of yarn around our circle of yarn. So we're going to take our circle of yarn and we're going to put it down on a table, and then we're going to tie around the center of the circle so that it will look like the number 8. So it will look like this. So you tie it around the center of the circle so it makes 2 smaller circles, one on the top and one on the bottom. Like that. So once you guys have this all tied up in the middle, now we're going to take our scissors again and we are going to cut the yarn on each side. So you're going to take your scissors and you're going to put it through the top hole and you're going to cut all those little pieces of yarn. And then you're going to do the very same thing on the bottom. And you're going to cut it just like that. And now after you do that, you're going to fluff it up. Fluff it and shake it.
That's super fluffy.
That is so fluffy. Whoa!
And then you have a warm fuzzy. And you can
gotta try that.
That's awesome. I would consider that both warm and fuzzy.
You can also, if you have long strings like this hanging off, you can take your scissors and you can cut them off so that all the strings are the same size.
There we go.
Nice. A little warm fuzzy.
There we go, warm fuzzy.
And you can make them as big or as little as you want. So the more yarn that you wrap around your finger at the beginning is how big the warm fuzzy will be at the end. So if you wrap a bunch of yarn around your fingers, then it's going to be a bigger warm fuzzy. And if you wrap just a little bit of yarn, then it's going to be a smaller warm fuzzy. So you can make big ones, you can make small ones, and you can use different yarn to make different colors. You can do lots of different things with the warm fuzzies. So now we are going to very quickly tell you guys the legend of the warm fuzzies. Warm fuzzies are very special and they make really good gifts, but there's a story about why they make such good gifts. And so we are going to tell you guys the story and the legend of the warm fuzzies, but we're going to do it all in under 1 minute. So it's going to be super fast. It's going to be really hard, but we're going to try to do it under 1 minute. All right, so here we go. And the legend of the warm fuzzy in under 1 minute. Once upon a time, there was a king who lived in a giant castle.
He had a daughter, the princess, and today was her birthday.
The king wanted to give his daughter a special present, but he didn't know what to get her, so he went down to ask his knights what he should get her. The knights didn't know what to get the king's daughter, so the king rode to the village to find out.
First, he went to the blacksmith, and he decided to ask the blacksmith what would be the perfect present, but the blacksmith did not know.
The king made his way to the woodcutter, but besides splintering wood, he didn't know either.
Then the king met a bunch of Yetis, and he asked the Yetis what they thought, but they didn't even know what a present was.
Finally, the king met a tailor, and the tailor told him to make his daughter a warm fuzzy and give that to her for her birthday.
So the king made a warm fuzzy and raced back to the castle.
The princess was so excited to receive her warm fuzzy. It was the perfect birthday gift.
And they all lived happily ever after.
The end. Yes! 2 minutes left. Great job. Hi guys, thanks so much for watching the video. Remember that warm fuzzies make really good gifts, so try making a few and giving them to other people as presents. Also remember to hang on to the yarn that we gave you. We're going to use those for other activities in the future. So make sure you keep that yarn because we're going to use it again.